YouTubians, Miss Coop. Now, I'm going to talk while I get dressed for my Zumba class. Today is a holiday and I was able to chill most of the day. But I wanted to talk to you real quick. I'm going to be posting some pictures of my son's wedding. Just a few highlights, nothing huge, just a few things. But my main goal getting on here was to talk to you about your physical fitness and what it is that you do to extend your life and to become stronger. And as you well know, I teach Zumba. So let me tell you a little secret. I started doing Zumba because my doctor told me that I had high blood pressure. This was 4.5 years ago. Might have been 5 years ago. Yeah, it was 5 years ago because I remember when I first started going to her, I was 50 years old or almost turning 50 that year. And she was excited because she had a nearly 50-year-old black female who was not on any medication. And she kind of cheered about that. However, I did have high cholesterol and I did have high blood pressure. And she told me, it's not so high that I need to put you on medication, but I will. She says, but what I want to do is I want to keep you off of medication. I was like, okay, cool. She says, well, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to start working out. Now, that said, I figured I would control my cholesterol with the foods that I eat. Yeah, right. And I would start working out. So at first, I started going to just walk, which it really wasn't enough. She gave me 3 months. And I was kind of hitting and missing at it, kind of half-assed doing it, you know how me. Anyway, I went back to the doctor and she said, I don't know what you're doing, but that's not working. She says, look, you're going to have to work out. I'm like, so she let me go 3 more months. And I went and I started taking these Zumba classes around my way. And if you're looking for a Zumba class, just go to Zumba.com, type in your zip code, and find a Zumba class near you. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a few minutes, but let me finish my story. So anyway, I found a Zumba class, and I started going, and I was just having such a good time, and I must have went for about a year. Almost a year. And I remember saying to the instructor, that's you, Dr. Patty Cake. I remember saying to her, boy, I would love to be an instructor, but I got to get in shape. And I remember the Zumba instructor, that's you, Dr. Patty Cake. You know who you are. Anyway, she said, don't wait till you get in shape. It was her and another Zumba instructor, Stacy. And they both told me, don't wait until you get in shape. She said, when you teach these classes, you'll get in shape. And I'm like, okay. So that November, I think it was November, I signed up for a Zumba instructor class. And it was to take place that December. And I went to that Zumba class, and I'm telling you, honey, they worked us. It almost felt like from sunrise to sunset. Do you hear me? We were in that class all day. And it was very beneficial. Now, that being said, after becoming a Zumba instructor, I was offered a couple of times to come on up and teach a routine or two in the class that I was in. And the owner of the studio that I was going to was kind enough to allow me to teach a class being a new instructor. But Dr. Patty Cake turned me on to this other lady, and she offered Zumba substitutions, where you would go and sub for another instructor. And so I wound up doing that a couple of times. And then she came up with a class and she says, look, I'm looking for Zumba instructors to teach this one particular class. And she wanted them to be experienced. And I figured I had an hour's worth of training up underneath me where I could put together a whole routine and I'd be able to teach the class, of which I'm permanently at that site now. The whole thing here is that I became an instructor because I knew that if I were not an instructor, I could always find ways to say, I'm not going to go tonight because, I'm a little tired. Although I rarely did that when I was just going to a class. I mean, there was a rare occasion where I did not go to class. I was always in my Zumba classes, honey, because I loved them. Anyway, found myself in becoming, the permanent fixture over there where I am. But the thing is that it is very important to be dedicated to your fitness. Because when you're dedicated to your fitness, you're dedicated to yourself. It's what you do for yourself. And that's how I end all of my classes. I always say, and give yourselves a big hug, ladies. Thank you so very much for coming out. And give yourselves a pat on the back for taking 1 hour out of the day for yourself. Now, I say that to say that if you do not have a physical fitness regimen under your belt, I advise you highly to get one. Because number one, some of you will go into the new year talking about, I need to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. If you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to eat better and you've got to work out. If you're not working out and you're not eating better, forget about losing weight. Forget about it. Now, that being said, I've been teaching Zumba for 4.5 years now. 4.5 years. And it doesn't seem like that long. It just seemed like just yesterday. But it is one of the most gratifying things that I do. Now, don't tell anybody. But I would teach these classes for free. I enjoy them that much. And, the truth be told, I have taught them for free. I offered 6 weeks, it turned into 7 weeks of Zumba classes for a group at work. I did that one year. That was a lot of fun. And they asked me to do it again. The problem with me doing it again is that I teach 4 nights a week. So the only open time frame there is for me to teach at work is Friday. And I normally work from home on Friday, so that wouldn't work for either of us. I like to look pretty when I do my Zumba classes. So, I know. Anyway, I'm asking you to extend yourself to yourself and learn to incorporate a physical fitness regimen into your workout. You can work out at home. You can be at home, but I'm going to tell you, this is what I was going to tell you about Zumba. A lot of people go to a Zumba class and they see that they don't know the steps in the class and they don't know the routines. And I can't dance, Miss Coop. I can't dance, so I don't know how to do that. Look, when you go do a Zumba class, do you. That's what I'm going to tell you. Do you. Forget all of those people that's in that class. Forget them all. Okay? Look at the instructor. If you can do what she's doing or he's doing, then do that. If you can't, make something up. Zumba is about fun. It is not about being regimented that you can't do what you want. I have several students that, a lot of them are over 50. Some of them are not in the greatest of health. Some of them are in great health. And here's the thing. I always tell them, don't do me, do you. That's what I tell them. And the ladies in here, they just happy you're here. Do you. We don't care if you're doing the routine. Do the best that you can. And that's what I'm going to ask you. If you decide to take a Zumba class, go to Zumba.com, type in your zip code, and find a class near you. Devote that 1 hour to yourself. The second thing is control what you put in your mouth. Leave those 12-ounce curls alone. 12-ounce curls. A beer, a soda pop. Those are 12-ounce curls. If you're going to do some curls, do these kind of curls. All right. Now, honest to goodness, this is a wash and go. The more you hydrate your wash and goes, the better off that hair gets. You know, I do have a few coils in there, but they coiled themselves. So, anyway, I'm going to get off here because I got to take off real shortly. So I wanted to share that little piece of information with you. And like I said, I'll be posting a few highlights from my son's wedding here. Hopefully it'll be the next video. Until we meet again, I want to thank you for keeping a sister strong. And I'll see you in my next video. Love you all. Mwah. Take care.